So the three main bandhas I'm going to be talking about today are Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jalandhara Bandha. These are not esoteric, these are not mystical, okay? Mula Bandha refers to your pelvic floor. No prettier way to say this, it's that space, that perineum space right between the genitals and the anus. The Uddiyana Bandha refers to the space right below the navel center, so not right at the belly button, just right below it. And then Jalandhar refers to the throat, but mostly what I focus on is the two lower bandhas, and those correspond with the lower chakras. And so if we look at bandhas in a more mystical way, they kind of work to hold in that prana that we build up, so we can access it. Looking at it from a physical level, when we pull in Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, when we're going through our yoga practice or when we're lifting heavy, we're creating some strength in our bodies and in ourselves. And so Mula Bandha, think of the pelvic floor as like a jellyfish going up. And so it's this upward energy up to the crown of the head. So it's not a squeezing, it's an upward energy. And so if you can sit and just kind of release that area, and then just take a deep breath in, and as you take the deep breath in, just picture it as you're pulling it up, just like a jellyfish going up in the water. Kind of hold that up, and then get your spine nice and tall. And then with our Uddiyana Bandha, the space in the navel center, you think of not squeezing it again, but like pulling it towards the spine. And so we pull it back towards the spine, but we also think about pulling it inward towards the spine, like, I don't know what you call that, medially, pulling it in towards the center. And so we have this upward flow of energy with Mula Bandha, and then we have this inward flow of energy with that Uddiyana Bandha. So those are the lower two bandhas that are great, like when you're doing twists. I have found that if I do revolved poses, when I have those two locked, then I can actually revolve a lot better. And I'll show a tutorial on like revolved triangle later. Now, Jalandhara Bandha, this one I don't use if I'm like heavy lifting or if I'm going through my practice. This one's more like a meditative pose, like if I've just done a Kriya and I kind of take a breath in, I pull in Uddiyana Bandha first, then Mula, and then I just pull my chin back towards my chest. And I breathe, or I hold. You can do breath retention if you want. And that's throat lock, so that deals with our throat chakra. It's how we communicate with the world. So those are the three bandhas. Maybe when you're practicing your yoga practice or heavy lifting or anything you're doing, maybe think about drawing some attention to those areas. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.